Anyone? There are many people here. Bhargav, Vamsi, Krishna. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, Vamshi this side.
Yeah, Vamsi.
Yeah, even I am also chemical engineering graduate. From the past 8 years, I am working
Hmm.
in AHS background in Milan laboratories. That's especially process safety.
Ah, okay.
So last 6 months back, I heard that I want to do SAP EHS course and I want to change my domain to
Hmm.
IT side. So
Okay.
that's why I'm showing interest in this
Hmm.
SAP EHS. And as
Hmm.
you said, it is like an added thing what we have
Yeah.
learning.
Hmm.
So
Absolutely.
yes, this is the thing.
And let me tell you, Vamsi, SAP EHS is one of the modules which is highly used in pharmaceutical space. Most of the pharmaceutical companies are using SAP EHS module.
Yes, I agree to you, Nayas. And
Hmm.
we are actually using that SAP HS modules to
Hmm.
log on this incident management, injury thing, records.
Yes. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
everything we record in through SAP only.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. And
Yes.
not only that, the biggest advantage of SAP is that it will be much easier for you to generate compliance reports. Especially in the reporting space, SAP EHS is a very good module. Very easily you can generate the reports, you can submit the reports, you can create bioanalytical reports. There are a lot of other things which you can capitalize on SAP. So that's the reason it is very popular, and SAP EHS is also gaining a lot of momentum in India. Okay. Thank you, Vamsi. We'll carry on with others. Rajendra.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Good
My name is
afternoon,
Dr.
Rajendra.
Rajendra. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm just 20 plus experience in HSC professions and
Hmm.
almost completed 50 projects also. I just
Okay.
want to add additional value to the career, just to have a
Okay.
knowledge on SAP. This is the one of the reason. And
Okay.
one of our guy is already studying in SAP. When I have a chat with him, he told
Huh.
nowadays there is a IT technology was increasing and everything.
Yes,
So I
absolutely.
thought let's join this one.
Hmm.
And currently I'm in West Africa in Ivory Coast
Oh,
in the
okay.
country HSC lead and taking care of the Ivory Coast as a country HSC lead.
Okay.
So I just
That's good.
want to see have a domain what is members app and how it is
Hmm.
add value if I implement in my company. This is the main
Okay.
purpose to have it. I to attend the course. Yeah,
Yes, yes. By the way, congratulations for completing 50 projects, and all the best for your future, Rajendra.
thanks.
Yeah. And yes, like you rightly said, having 20 plus years of experience, you know very well. Maybe when you started off as a safety officer, or maybe as a initial during the initial stages, you might have known that we were not using any kind of software in those days. Whatever was
Exactly.
related to EHS, we would either do it manually in the form of registers, or very simple
Yes.
tools like MS Word or MS Excel. That is what we were
Exactly.
limited to as a EHS professional. But
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
the the industrial concept has really evolved a lot. Now you can find there are softwares used in all kinds of industries. Not only the
Exactly.
robotic technologies which is there, automated technology for taking care of your manufacturing process, but
Yeah.
also to manage your entire business process. It could be related to sales, it could be related to finance, it could be related to any other. But without the help of IT, without the help of ERP software, we cannot actually imagine how can we run a business process, because the landscape has changed. There is a lot of competition. There is a cutthroat competition going on. If you want to survive as a global leader or as a global company with your competitors, then I think most of the companies have to leave their analog history and then move on to the digital world. So, with that thing in mind, SAP plays a very important role in all the business processes, not only EHS. EHS, yes, of course, it is there, but also you take example of finance, you take example of sales, warehousing, logistics. It plays a very important role. and you can have an edge or over your competitors if you are using any kind of ERP software. There is Oracle also, there is SAP, there is Microsoft, there are many other softwares. Okay, so even going forward, not only your experience will matter, you have to learn new skills as you progress in your experience. Now, maybe another 10 years, another 15 years, you may continue to be a EHS professional, growing in your designation, growing in your organization. But at the same time, if you can add some of the IT skills in your portfolio, who knows, tomorrow you may get an opportunity to implement SAP in your company. At that time, you would be a key person in the organization because you would already know what is SAP, how this works, okay, what are the concepts behind the SAP EHS module, and it will be much easier for you to showcase your skills. So yes, even as an added, benefit or just to learn the IT skills, this is a very good alternative. Okay, yeah.
Sure, sure. Thanks.
Okay, Rajendra. Next, we'll move on to Bhargav.
Yes, am
We
I
have
audible, sir?
Bhargav. Yes, you are Bhargav.
Yes, myself, Bhargav Doddapaneni. I have
Yes,
total 7 years of experience in.
EHS.
Currently, I am working in Science
Hmm.
by Design India Private Limited. It's a pharma company.
Pharma
As,
company. Okay.
as an tech. So prior to that, I worked in.
Hmm. I think there is some network issue at your end, Bhargav. Hello? Okay. I think there is some network issue at your end. Just check once, Bhargav, and maybe you can again connect back. Just check once at your end. Okay. Right. So next we have Manoj, Srinivas. Any of you, if you want to please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Manoj Kundala. I'm currently working as a EHS profession, in a EHS profession. I have
Yeah.
an experience of 15 years and
Good.
currently working for Royal Haskoning, which is a PMC company.
Mm-hmm.
I'm into a PMC role now.
Okay.
So I was just looking into the IT to career to
Hmm.
improve my career growth. That's
Okay. And what is your education, Manoj?
mine is BTech Electronics
Hmm.
and Telecommunication.
Okay, same as mine. Okay. So you are from
Yeah.
EHS background and you are working for a PMC company, project
Yes,
manager,
yes,
consultant.
yes,
Ah,
yes.
good, good. Okay. Fine, Manoj. And you want to do SAP EHS out of your own interest, or did you get any calls
Yes.
from IT companies?
No, no, it's from my own interest only. I was just
Okay.
looking into
Ah,
EHS, any EHS in software. So
okay.
I came around this course.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yes, Manoj. Definitely, this is a good opportunity for any person who has experience, who want to explore the IT sector. Then, yeah, you can learn SAP HS module, and there are many opportunities that are available.
Yeah, I was
Absolutely.
just
And I
wondering.
will tell you, I will give you, yeah, hmm,
I was just wondering.
yeah,
I'm into the construction, oil and gas industries, all
yeah,
the 15
hmm,
years, even the
hmm,
abroad also. So I was
yeah,
just looking. Is it
hmm.
flexible to move into the IT industry from this field to that
Absolutely.
field?
See, absolutely. A
Will
lot of
will
people
they
don't
accept
have.
this
Hmm, hmm.
experience or they'll consider it as zero?
No, no. See, it is only because of your experience that you would get an opportunity to work as a IT consultant. The reason is because after you join any IT company, you have to implement this software for the client companies. Those client companies may be like pharma companies or even your civil and construction companies implement SAP EHS module. So, who can better understand the requirement of the client than you? Because you already have so many years of experience. So if IT
Yes.
company wants to implement SAP EHS module, who can better understand than you? You have to
So that's
go
what
to
I
the
was
client.
looking into. So
Hmm.
that I don't want to get into the fresher again and come back
Yeah, absolutely. See,
this question.
it's not that you are going to start from zero. It's not like that. Whatever the experience you have gained, on that basis only you are going to get an opportunity. Because SAP
Okay.
EHS is somewhat related to EHS. There is no difference between the two. Whatever you did as a EHS professional,
Mm.
as in the hard copy or using simple tools, same thing you have to do it using the SAP EHS module. But as a consultant,
Mhm.
you will not be doing the work of a EHS officer or EHS professional, but you will be implementing this software for other clients, other companies. So whatever you have learned in these
Okay.
15 years, that is what you will utilize. You will negotiate with the client, you will take their requirement, how they want to implement the SAP EHS module, what is their business process, how are they following the safety. You have to understand that from the client, and then you should provide a solution. So if you don't know about EHS, how can you provide a solution to the client? This is not possible.
Yes.
That is why
Mhm.
the IT companies want people who have experience as EHS professionals and who have a good background, educational background, and who understand the concepts of EHS. If you can satisfy these qualities, if you can satisfy these requirements, then there is nothing stopping you from working as a consultant.
Okay. So this course is
Oh,
a basic thing, right? The first step.
absolutely. This is what you
So
should
after,
know. Huh.
so after this, there's any advanced courses or what?
See,
Something like
there are
that.
other courses
Is this
available,
enough?
but according to me, this is enough. This is enough, more than enough. But yes, if you want to learn
Okay.
more, there are many other courses related to EHS. For example, you have EHS management, you have reach and product compliance, you have sustainability module.
Okay.
There are many other modules. But what I recommend is you
Okay.
start first with the EHS module because it is very basic and it is a foundational course.
Okay.
Okay, so
Like
you have
in
to. Hmm,
EHS, I have
hmm,
done the NIBOS, I
hmm,
have done the OSHAs, and
yeah. Hmm.
I have done the lead auditor course also.
No, okay.
So I was just wondering if this is the first thing. Uh,
No, see, whatever the qualifications you have, Manoj, these qualifications will be shared with the client. So when they decide to implement any
okay.
project for a client will ask, okay, your SAP EHS consultant, what is his name? Okay, it is
Mm.
Manoj. Share us his CV. We want to see how many qualifications he has. We want to see whether he is
Okay.
capable enough to understand our requirements. Like that, the client will take your CV from the IT company. So when they go through
Okay.
that, you have NEBOSH, you have done a lead auditor course, and various other certifications are there. Then they will be happy to onboard you as a consultant.
Okay.
Many people don't know this, but it is actually a fact. The client will ask for each consultant's resume. They will go through their qualifications.
Mm.
They will go through their experience. Only then they will say, okay, this consultant is fine. He is having good experience. Okay, he can work in this project. Like that, they will give you the opportunity.
Okay. So getting a job is not so hard.
It's not hard provided you learn SAP EHS because this is also important. People think SAP EHS is very easy. It is not like that. You have to spend some time. You have to learn concepts. You have to practice. Then it is going to be easier for you. If you can do that,
Okay.
if you can learn, if you can practice, then I can guarantee you will get opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Okay.
Okay. I hope I was able to clarify your doubts.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, fine. We'll take one last. Maybe we have Bhargav. I think is done. He was not
Yes.
able to.
Hello.
Yeah,
Am I
Bhargav.
audible, sir, now?
Yes, now you are audible.
Yes, myself, Bhargav Doddapaneni.
Yeah.
I have total 7 years of experience in safety department.
Okay.
So currently I am working in Science by Design India Private Limited as an EHS manager. So
Okay.
prior to that, I worked in L&T Infrastructure Limited, Heavy Civil Infra, as an EHS manager in Gujarat.
Okay. Okay.
So now I am planning to move into. I have domain experience. I don't have any experience in SAP EHS. Now I am planning to move into EHS.
But you are working already as a manager, Bhargav. Why do you want to move on to IT?
Actually, job is fine, sir,
Hmm.
but growth will be very less, I think.
After manager, you are thinking what next? Yeah, I
Actually,
can
sir,
understand.
I have one doubt, sir.
Hmm.
Many companies, sir, I have total 7 years of experience. So
Yeah.
many companies are asking
Hmm.
relevant experience in SAP EHS. So
Hmm.
they are not considering in as a domain experience.
Hmm.
So they will take as a fresher, or they will consider as a 7 years of experience graduate in
No,
SAP EHS.
they will consider your experience, but there is a way how you should tell them. See, uh, it is too early to suggest you things, but if I have to tell you one thing, you should not say that you don't know anything in SAP EHS. Please avoid saying that. You should not say, no, I don't know anything in SAP EHS. Second thing is, you have to tell them that you know this module, you were working as an end user. You have to tell this. Otherwise, if you say, I don't know anything in SAP EHS, or if I don't have any experience in SAP EHS, then it becomes little difficult.
Yes, yes.
There are certain ways that you have to present yourself, what things you have to add in your CV, what you should not add. For example, you cannot say that you are learning SAP EHS in an institute. If you tell that, definitely they are not going to give you any opportunity. Sure. You should not tell that you are learning this course from somebody, and you want to work as a consultant. They want people who already have some knowledge on SAP EHS module, Bhargav. So refrain from these two things. I can suggest you how you should prepare your CV, what is their expectations, how you should answer them. I will guide on these things. You don't have to worry about that. But if you tell that you are learning this course and if you want to work as a consultant, 100% I can guarantee you they will not consider your CV for sure. Okay, but having said that, there are opportunities. You should know how to answer them. You should know how to convince them. Definitely they will consider your experience, your background, educational qualification, and they will definitely give you a chance. But there is a way how you present yourself. You have to say that you have the knowledge in SAP EHS module. So how to do that, I'll teach you. That is what my
Sure.
main criteria will be.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bhargav, welcome. Okay, already 30 minutes done in the introduction, so without making you wait, let's carry on with our presentation. I just want to share a small presentation today, and I want to highlight some of the benefits of using SAP software. I'm sharing my screen. I hope you can see my screen now. All right. So first things
Yes.
first. Yeah. First things first. What do you know about SAP? What is an SAP software? Have you ever used it? What do you mean by SAP software? Why do we need this? Or at least tell me the full form of SAP.
Some application product.
Systems, applications, and products in data processing. There is a continuity to that. Systems, applications, and products in data processing. So what is this SAP software? It is a software which is used to manage your business processes, business activities. That business activity can be related to production, it can be related to sales, it can be related to finance and accounts, it may be related to HR activities. You give me any example from a business. SAP has every solution to manage your business. When I say managing business, it is not going to come and manage your business. It will not manage your clients. It will not do anything like that. All your business related data will be in your SAP system. That data is a very important data because sales data, you know how important it is. Financial data, how important it is. Similarly, EHS data, compliance data, all the data related to the company will be in your SAP system. So you can manage all your company information inside SAP software. From that data, you can generate the reports. Those reports could be compliance reports or bioanalytical reports, dashboards, all that reports can be generated. And as you know, SAP is one of the very secure softwares. Nobody can steal the data. Nobody can hack the systems. It provides a very good data protection. So that is another the reason why a lot of companies go with SAP implementation. It is one of the very reliable softwares. So by using SAP software, you can manage your resources. The resources can be money, machinery, or it can be your manpower, or your production, or your sales. All the company related business process you can manage using SAP software. That is the meaning of SAP. And there are more than 100 modules in SAP. It is related to purchasing, sales, plant maintenance, production planning, supply chain management, warehousing, quality management, like that, including EHS. There are more than 100 modules. One of the module is SAP EHS. So what we can do using SAP EHS module, or what are the advantages of SAP EHS module? If I have to tell you in a very broad context, SAP EHS module will help you to chalk out the policies and procedures from the management level. It will help you to frame those policies. It will help you to frame the procedures at the management level, and it will be much easier for you to implement them at the ground level. With the help of SAP EHS module, you can plan, you can prepare a plan, and you can execute at your convenience. That is one of the major highlights of SAP EHS. Second thing is, it will allow you to integrate lot of other businesses with EHS. See, there are many other, Enablon is one of the EHS software. There are many other softwares which are standalone modules. You cannot have other business functions added with that. Like, for example, if you want to get the latest information on plant maintenance activities, it is not possible in other modules. But here what happens, the PM module is connected with your EHS, your procurement process is connected with EHS, sales is connected with EHS, warehousing is connected with EHS. So at any given point of time, you will be getting all the real-time data. So when you have the real-time data, you can generate any type of report using that data, and you will be able to access a lot of information from other modules. That is one of the, again, major advantages of using SAP EHS module. And it will allow you to be compliant. As a industry, going forward, it is very difficult to, be compliant, especially with climate changes, with, green energy being pushed around. And, the government is also exerting a lot of pressure on the corporates to go with green energy. So, with consideration of that also, SAP EHS is very helpful, because you can monitor the emissions, you can report those emissions to the government agencies, you can recycle the waste that is getting generated in the company. There are a lot of other things that are directly related with climate change. So you can be more compliant. You can generate those compliant reports using SAP EHS module, and you can submit them to the government agencies. Okay, these are the two very major advantages at the corporate level. Now, if I have to speak to you with regard to EHS, especially, what advantages one might find when they are using EHS module. One second, just give me a minute. Okay. Point by point, I have prepared few very important advantages of using SAP EHS module. SAP EHS module will reduce the incidents, it will mitigate risk and facilitate safe working environment. What is our ultimate goal? Any EHS professional, if you ask, his ultimate goal is zero harm. We have to achieve zero harm. By improvising our EHS systems, by implementing policies and procedures, by providing a safe working environment, we have to reduce the incidents. That is one of the major goals of EHS. So in order to achieve that, we can definitely take the help of SAP EHS module, because what it will do, it will give you the correct numbers. It will give you the correct projection. Last month, how many incidents occurred? How many of them were near miss incidents? In which areas these incidents occurred? Okay, what are the additional control measures you have to take to reduce the incidents? You can track the real-time data from month-on-month basis to quarter-on-quarter basis. You can see what is the real-time data currently we are having, how many incidents are occurring, and how can I actually reduce the number of incidents. By adding additional control measures, by controlling my processes, I can reduce the incident. But without having the real-time data or in which area I have to focus more, it will be difficult for us. So SAP EHS will give you a real-time picture. It will show you what are those areas that need improvement. What are those control measures that I have to implement additionally. So that is how SAP EHS module will help you to reduce incidents. Secondly, it will allow you to safely and securely handle hazardous substances. You know very well, chemical companies, pharmaceutical companies, there are regulations which state that you have to store the hazardous substances only up to a certain limit. You cannot store them as much as you want. You have to safely handle those hazardous substances, and when you are storing them in the plant, they have to be within the limit. But how will you ensure if there are hundreds of hazardous substances? Physically going to each location, taking the count, managing the quantity is very difficult. So a lot of times what happens when the inspection happens, a lot of fines will be put on the company. So to reduce that, we have a solution in SAP EHS using which we can monitor the hazardous substance quantity on a daily basis. And whenever any hazardous substance quantity is reaching the maximum limit, we can take action to reduce it to the acceptable limit. We have such a solution in EHS. Thirdly, it will allow you to monitor incident patterns and devise improved risk management metrics. How does it do that? It will allow you to monitor incident patterns. Incident patterns means out of the total incidents that occurred last month, how many were near miss incidents, how many were major accidents, how many were minor accidents. It will bifurcate each category of incidents, and it will give you a clear picture. If more number of near misses are occurring, you can concentrate. You can find out what is the reason. You can perform risk assessment. Okay, and try to control the near miss so that they don't get converted into accidents. It will allow you to continuously monitor the incident patterns from time to time, and you can take necessary action before any major accident occurs. That is one of the advantages of SAP EHS. Then next, it will allow you to comply with all the legal, safety and sustainability regulations. Like I told you, nowadays so many regulations are there. If you are running a manufacturing company, there are, I don't know, maybe 15-20 regulations which you need to comply. For each and everything there is a regulation. So just imagine if you are not using any software, how difficult it is to comply with all the regulations. Because you have to prepare the reports, you have to submit the documents, you have to collect the data, okay, segregate the data, put it into the system, generate the reports, and then submit those reports. You need a whole team just to do this work. Imagine how much time will be wasted, how many of the resources will be wasted. But when you use a IT tool like SAP EHS module, it will reduce your work, because all the data anyhow will be already there in the SAP system. You just have to design a report template, then generate the report accordingly. It will take hardly 1 or 2 minutes to generate a report. Try to do that without using any tool, then you will understand how difficult it is. So it will drastically reduce the wastage of time. It will reduce the effort that you have to put in generating the reports, and it will help you to be 100% compliant with the regulations. And then finally, it will allow you to proactively assess the risk. to proactively identify the hazards, take control measures, implement the control measures, and bring the hazard level to the acceptable limit. That is risk assessment basically. These are some of the very important advantages. There are many others, but I thought these are quite a few of them which are more important. Okay, so anybody, any company who is using SAP EHS module will be benefited in these things. That is why SAP EHS module is gaining popularity. Nowadays, a lot of companies are implementing SAP EHS. Okay, so that's about the advantages of SAP EHS. Fine. So what are we going to learn in the SAP EHS module? What are the topics that are covered in SAP EHS module? I will briefly take you through these things, the topics that we are going to handle, so that you will have a fair amount of idea what exactly am I going to learn in the SAP EHS module. So your SAP EHS has majorly 8 components, which has a solution for each and every EHS parameter. Like for example, we have basic data and tools, product safety, hazardous substance management, dangerous goods management, waste management, industrial hygiene and safety, occupational health, and there is one more called global label management. These are the 8 topics, or I can say components, which are available in SAP EHS module. So what are we going to learn in each of them? For example, basic data and tools is a component which will help you to create EHS data, and you can manage the EHS data in basic data and tools. For example, if you want to create data related to, let's say, hazards, you can create here. If you want to create and manage the data related to chemicals, you can create here in the basic data and tools. If you want to generate the reports directly from basic data and tools, you can generate the reports like SOPs, MSDS, or any other report if you want. If you want to generate even labels, you can generate from here. So basic data and tools is a component which is mainly used to create and store the EHS related data. That's the advantage of basic data and tools. Next, we have product safety. So product safety, when I say here, it is about the hazardous products. When you manufacture hazardous product and you want to sell in the market, remember you have to also create MSDS reports and any safety data manuals. If you want, you have to create them and you have to share it with your customers. Then how do you create these reports? How do you put the data into the reports? We are going to study mainly about that in the product safety. So product safety has mainly a report information system that is related to the reporting, like MSDS reports and other safety data sheets. Then we have substance volume tracking. I told you about hazardous substances. Remember, you cannot store them as per your wish. You have to follow the regulation. As per the regulation, you have to keep the quantity under the limit. That is, according to the regulation, you have to maintain the hazardous substance quantity. But how will you guarantee? How will you check that on a daily basis? There is a solution called substance volume tracking. Using this program, you can check how much is the hazardous substance quantity on a daily basis, and whenever it reaches to the maximum limit, it will generate an alert. So that is a very popular solution we have in product safety. Then we have WWI report template, where we need to, if we want to design any report template or if you want to design any label, we can do that in WWI, where WWI stands for Windows Word Processor Integration. It is a software basically which is used to create a report templates and to create and design the labels. We use it for that. And then we are going to learn all about the labels, how many types of labels are there, in which business process we are going to use the labels, and what data does the label contain. Everything about the labels we are going to study in global label management. Okay, this is about the product safety. Now, before I go ahead, if there is any question related to these things that we have discussed, you may please put forward. I will clarify them, then I will move on.
Sir, is there any special software we need to purchase, or you will receive the same software we need to generate?
As a student or for the company purpose?
For the company purpose, is it we need to separate purchase software, or
You
it is
have to,
already?
yes. No, you have to
We have to.
purchase the software, and it is not easy. We call it as an implementation project, and the company has to purchase the license from SAP directly.
SAP direct. Okay.
Yes, yes. But here during the course, we will provide you a demo system. A demo software is used to practice. It will be like 90% same as your real software. But this software is only used to do the practice.
It's only for the practice.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm submitting through online the statistics report like proactive and reactive monitoring and everything. So in the corporate level, it will generate automatically the same whatever we pop up the one into automatically.
Yes,
but I'm not sure it is a SAP or what. But however, I just put my figures in that software and in monthly basis. So at the end, I believe it will create the one. I'm just looking it is something different or the same.
Yes. No, we have a solution in SAP also. See, we call it as bioanalytical reports. So at the end of every month or at the end of every quarter, what you have to do, EHS dashboard will be there. You have to prepare the dashboard. You have to present it to your management saying, how is your EHS performing? What are the key performance indicators? All that you have to track in, EHS system. So for that purpose, SAP also has a solution.
Okay. Just
you can. We have a solution. Yes, it can be done.
Okay. Now the course will help us to how to practice in that one, so it will not be obstacle if you go in the future to do the jobs. Because nowadays, because nowadays, especially in the ADNOC, if you go in the ADNOC or anything, everything is through the online permit to work system. When they go there, there is no paper. Now it is a paperless permit to work system.
Absolutely.
So slowly, as you said, slowly they are going to upgrade the one on the IT technology. So there is no more papers in everything. Even the submit risk assessment, everything is through software only.
Yes.
That
Especially
is one of the one.
If somebody wants to work, as a EHS professional in big MNC companies, going forward, this will become mandatory. All the EHS professionals should know any ERP software. Though you may not work as a IT consultant, fine. It is your wish, no problem. But gaining knowledge in the IT skill, upgrading yourself will be an added advantage, because when you apply for jobs in the future, I'm sure they will ask you, are you aware of SAP EHS module? Have you used it? Something like that they will be asking to the participants.
Okay. Perfect.
So you should learn some IT skills here.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other question, guys? Shall I continue?
Yes.
Hello.
On these inputs like results, department systems.
Tell me.
Yeah, these all things we have to give the inputs in the SAP EHS module, right?
We have to maintain the data, because SAP system is what? It is a software which manages your company data. So EHS data is also one of the part of your company data. So when you enter the data into the SAP EHS module, that data you can use to either generate the reports, to generate analytical dashboards, or you can even use it for generating, compliance reports. There are many other uses apart from this. You can generate MSDS reports. You can design your labels. But it all works on the data. So data is very important. You have to input the data, only then it can work on that data. That is a SAP software. Okay, any other question?
Actually, we have discussed something that hazardous substances tracking is happening through SAP EHS.
Yes.
So is that done by application itself, or we have to take it in manually?
No, it will be done automatically by the application. It is
By the
it is a
application.
program. Yeah. So
Okay.
what it does, it goes and retrieves the real-time data of the hazardous substance quantity. It will take the
Okay.
data from inventory management, it will take the data from warehouse management, from sales and distribution module. It will collect the data. After it has
Okay.
collected, it will add up those quantities and it will compare with the maximum limit as per the government regulation. As
Okay.
and when it approaches that maximum limit, there are various levels at which it will generate the alert message. For instance, it will display a message saying that this hazardous substance is reaching 80% of the maximum limit. Please take action. Or it will trigger an email to the concerned person. Or finally, it will even block the purchase orders and production orders.
So it means that the this application is interlinked to all the applications that to
Absolutely.
not monitor everywhere that whatever the consumption, whatever the inventory, so whatever the purchase is happening. So
Hmm.
ultimately, it will take the all together data and it will
Yes.
give the tracking.
Exactly, that is the advantage of SAP. It is not a
Okay.
standalone module. It will connect you with all the other business processes, even plant maintenance, with HR, with your production planning, with sales and distribution. All the other modules are connected with EHS. So real-time data will be moving forward. From EHS, it will go to other module. From other modules, you can retrieve the data here. Okay,
Okay.
that's
Thank
how
you.
the
Thank you.
connection is established here. Yes. Okay, any other question? Fine, let's carry on. So the next component what we have is hazardous substance management. It is a small component but very useful. You can manage the data of all the hazardous substances in a function called hazardous substance master. It is used to maintain all the data related to only the hazardous substances. What is the name of the hazardous substance? What are the the drawbacks of that? What are the first aid measures we have to consider? What firefighting measures we have to consider? How much is the allowed limit? All that basic data of the hazardous substance will be there in the hazardous substance master. And using this data, you can generate SARA reports. Now you may be thinking, what is a SARA report? SARA stands for US Superfund Amendments and Reauthorization Act. If you want to manufacture any chemical in India and if you want to sell it in American market, it is not that easy. You have to take the permissions from an agency called Environment Protection Agency. If they give you the permission, only then you can sell your product. Once you start selling your product, every month you need to prepare the SARA report and submit to EPA. On the basis of these reports, they will continuously monitor whether the hazards in your plant are more or what is the hazardous substances you are using. They will monitor continuously in your plant. Okay, so these SARA reports are only applicable to United States. There are various types of SARA reports. We will discuss regarding that. And you need to prepare these reports and submit to the American agency. That's only, we are going to learn only two things here: hazardous substance master and SARA reports. Next comes the very important topic in SAP EHS called dangerous goods management. I'm sure many of you know regarding this. Dangerous goods are those goods which are uh, considered harmful to the human health, environment, and to the animals as well. So when you manufacture such kind of dangerous goods, there is a higher responsibility on the manufacturer. You have to provide good packaging material. You have to package it in such a way that there is less danger that it might get exposed. Secondly, you should select the transportation in such a way that it is the most suitable transportation for that type of material. And you should also comply with the lot of dangerous goods regulations which are there. So we are going to study in this what are the basic concepts in dangerous goods basic data, what are the different transportation categories that are available in the dangerous goods management. We will also study about the world renowned dangerous goods regulations, like we have IATA, IMDG, ADR, ADNR. There are many regulations. We are going to study about them. And then we are also going to study about something known as dangerous goods master record. Dangerous goods master record is a document which contains all the information about the dangerous good. For example, if you take a very simple example of butane, it will contain all its properties, what temperature you have to maintain, what kind of packaging material you have to use, what is the best suited transportation means, which type of vehicle you have to use, how much is the maximum quantity you can transport. All these details will be there in a dangerous good master record. So I'll teach you this, what data it will contain, how you can create a master record, what details it will contain. All those details I'm going to tell you regarding master record. Then I'm also going to teach you about the dangerous goods document checks. When you create a dangerous goods document, there are certain checks that will happen in the background. The system is going to check whether the data entered is correct or not, what data should be correct, which is the most important data in this dangerous good document. It will check, and you have to do those settings so that it will be easier for you to send your dangerous goods to the airport or to the port, and the customs will not create any problem. Because your dangerous goods documents are very important documents. If you don't want any delay in transportation, then you have to prepare these documents correctly. So we are going to see how the document checks are going to happen automatically by the system and what data it is going to check. Okay, these are some of the things we are going to learn in dangerous goods management. Similarly, there is one more component called waste management, which is also related to your regulations. We are going to learn the basic data and master data concepts, like what is a waste management business partner, how to onboard a waste generator or waste disposer, what are the different concepts like authority assigned number, we have entry document, okay, approval document. We are going to learn the basic terminologies in the waste management. And then we have a very important concept called disposal processing. After generating waste, how exactly are you going to dispose your waste? What is the plan of action? Is there any vendor who is taking care of these requirements? Which is the disposal document you generate? What data you can put into that disposal document? How to create this disposal document? We are going to learn all of these things in a waste management. Though in India it is not very widely used, but still learning it will one day definitely be beneficial. Okay, so that's waste management. Then we come to a very important and very large concept called industrial hygiene and safety. This is where all your core functions as EHS professional you are going to carry out. For example, we can perform risk assessment, we can report incidents and accidents that are happening from day to day. You can measure the hazard levels, hazard agents. Then you can record those measurement results in measurement management. You can create work area management where you can divide the plant into different work areas, and you can identify what are the hazards which are there in the work area, and you can propose a solution for that, propose a control measure. So that we are going to study how to create a work area, what are the data that you have to maintain in the work area. I'm going to teach you under work area management. Similarly, you have exposure management, where if the employees are exposed to various hazards in a company, what are those hazards, what actions you have to take to reduce those hazards, and how to provide the rating, exposure rating for each of these hazards. We are going to learn all of that in the exposure management. Okay, this is a very important concept, industrial hygiene and safety. And these are some of the important things that we are going to see. This is your industrial hygiene and safety. And finally, we have occupational health component, which is directly related to the health and well-being of the employees. So as long as the employees are working for your company, you are responsible for taking care of their health, providing them free medical service, providing them vaccinations, and also to take care of their health by maintaining all the records related to the healthcare. So using occupational health, you can manage all the data records of their medical profile. Whenever you send them for medical checkup, you can take an appointment here in this occupational health component. You can manage all of their medical records in the occupational health component, and it has a solution for both pre-employment medical checkup, post-employment medical checkup, and also during the regular medical checkups, you can take help of occupational health. And not only this, you can report all the injuries, illnesses that occur in a company from time to time. You can report this through injury illness log. So it is a complete solution for the health of the employees. You can even record the vaccinations, how many vaccinations you have given to the employees, when was the last time the employee went for the medical checkup, when he has to go next for the medical checkup, what kind of medical services we are providing to the employees. We can create a new medical service. It is all on the basis of the health. So this is also one of those components which are used in all the companies. It doesn't matter whether the company is into chemical manufacturing or whether pharma industry or civil and construction. It doesn't matter. Occupational health is required everywhere, and even your industrial hygiene and safety is also required everywhere, without exception. Okay, these two are used in every company. Okay, so that's your occupational health component. Apart from that, I'm also going to teach you some basic technical concepts like data structure, integrations, and tables. What are tables? How does the integration happen? What is the integration between the SAP EHS module and other modules? So some technical concepts also I'm going to cover during our course. And not only this, there are many bonus things also. Like I will help you in preparing your CV. Like I told before, you cannot say that you don't have experience. Your CV should speak for itself. It should have some information in that that will prompt the IT companies to shortlist your CV. I will help you in preparing that. And most important is, you should know how the IT industry will take your interview. What kind of questions are they going to ask? And how should you answer them? This also is very important, because in our EHS industry, it is completely different. The kind of questions they ask, the kind of answers they expect is different than what is happening in the IT sector. So it is very important for you to prepare yourself with their expectations. When you meet with their expectations, only then you can get placed. So I will help you in understanding what is their expectations, what kind of questions they will ask, how do you answer them, and how you should prepare yourself, what will be the major topics that you have to prepare. Okay, these are some of the things that I am going to also help you with during the course. Okay, so that's all I had to tell you in the presentation. If there are any other questions, any concerns, you can definitely ask me.
Sir, when the batch is going to start, sir?
It's going to start this Thursday. By this Thursday, I'm planning to start a batch. Hopefully, let's see. Yes, I'm positive I'm going to start on Thursday.
So one question. Actually,
Can we see the interface?
that application we will going to prepare it, right?
Which one? Sorry.
The application interface. How
Somebody is saying something.
Okay, 1 second. Let me see. Manoj, you can speak. Okay, let me take one by one.
Yeah, I just want to see how the application.
Okay, I'll
like,
show you. I'll show you. I'll show you the demo system. Fine. Is that okay? I'll show you the demo system.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, Srinivas, you can put your question.
No, go on. Let it be. Then after I will ask my question.
Sure. You have to connect remotely to the server, something like this. You have to enter the details. They will provide you the details. You just have to enter them and connect to the server. I don't know, maybe if you have seen this before, this is your SAP system. Even the real system looks something like this. Okay. Yeah. So this is just a demo system, like I told you, which is used to practice. You have to enter the command, or we call it as transaction code. You have to enter the transaction code here. For example, let's say you want to create a incident accident report. For example, the transaction code or command is CBIH82. You enter it like this. This is your incident accident log where you can create. You can click here. This is a new button. You can create a new incident accident log. Or if you want to see the already existing incident accident logs, you can go to the hit list, and you can see these are some of the incident logs which have been created earlier. So you can, for example, open any of these incident accident log, and this is the data that you can maintain. When the incident happened, at what time, who is the person who got injured, or got involved in the incident, and then the event itself. What is the accident about? You can give the detail about the accident. What is the location? Where did this happen? You can enter the plant name, work area number, all that. The people who got involved in the accident, you can maintain the data here. Investigation you can carry out. Investigation is carried out here. Okay. Then related documents like photographs of that accident location, photographs of the injured person, or maybe sketches or eyewitness statement. All of those documents you can upload here in this part. Yeah, and not only this, if you feel that some additional control measures or safety measures have to be implemented, we can go to safety measures and add additional safety measures. Like this, you can see here they have added some data here, and this is how you can add additional safety measures. Okay, this is your incident accident log. Like this, for every application, there will be a transaction code. Similarly, one more, I just show one more CBIH 72 for injury illness log. You go here and you can prepare injury illness log. Very much similar to your incident accident log, but this is an injury illness log. Involved people, what is the type of injury he sustained, when this happened, in which plant, whether it resulted in fatality, whether it's a reportable incident, or the people involved in that, what is the first aid treatment you have given, or follow-up treatment, when did this event occur, what kind of injuries did he sustain, the injury types, all these are injuries, treatment location, where did you give him the treatment, and some additional information if required. This is an example of a injury illness log. Okay, like this you can create. There are different transaction codes for different data. If you want to see risk assessment, go to CBIH12 and you can see the risk assessment. Okay, so these are some of the examples that I'm showing you. This is a risk assessment. You need to prepare this in industrial hygiene and safety. Okay, so this is what you find in the demo system. Okay, next question. I hope Manoj, I might have answered your query.
Yeah, actually, my question is also like the same. This is Srinivas. And one more thing
Yes,
is that the company to company, the requirement is different.
absolutely.
Whatever the core data. So
Yeah.
as a consultant of
Mm,
SAP EHS,
mm.
so as we need to understand their requirement, or they will provide the core data whatever
They will
according to
provide.
their requirement.
Yeah. They will provide all the data. I mean, what data they are using, what data you have to upload into the software, that data they will give. But before that, you should understand their business. What are they actually doing? What is their business? What are their key EHS parameters which they are managing? What is the EHS system they have implemented? So you have to go to them, go to their plant, go to their site and try to understand their business process. Then comes understanding the requirement. You will have a lot of discussions with the client. You have to sit with them, understand their requirement, write down everything that they are asking for, find out if there is a standard solution available in SAP or not. Then you should provide a solution to them. So it is a systematic manner, starting with understanding business process, then gathering the requirement from the client, then providing a solution in the system, then taking their approval and then implementing the system. That is how it goes one by one. Okay, as a consultant, your first step is you should go and study their business process. Talk with the client, understand what they want as a solution in SAP EHS. Not you, I mean, you will not be the only person. There will be people from other modules also. You go and meet the client. He will give you his requirements. He will tell you what he is expecting, what kind of solution he wants, and then you can propose a solution. That is how the interaction happens between you and the client.
Actually, is that only the option that we should work as a SAP consultant, or we can have the position in the other companies also? Recently, actually, I was gone through some portals like
Yeah,
the job portals. They are also placing, some companies are asking for SAP EHS professionals. Can we
absolutely.
have that option also? We have that to work as a
That is
company
what I
person.
was actually saying to Manoj. See, what I was saying is, if you want to change your career, fine, you can become IT consultant. Let's say you don't want to change your career, you want to continue working as a EHS professional. But lot of MNC companies nowadays, what they are doing is they are implementing EHS module in their company. So if they get any EHS professional who already knows about this module, who can handle the EHS module, they will be more than happy to recruit you. Okay, so
Yes.
in organizations, yes, as a SAP EHS professional also you can work.
Okay. Means as a EHS professional, as a EHS
As yes,
consultant.
as a EHS professional.
Okay. Being a in a software industry.
In a software industry, if you are working, you are a IT consultant. That is a consultant role. So where
Okay.
you have to go meet the clients, take their requirement and implement the software. But even in the client side also, you can work as a EHS professional who knows about SAP software.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, understood.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, Srini. Yeah, any other questions?
Hi, Nayas, this side, Vamshi.
Yes, Vamshi.
Is there any other ERP coming in near future which replace SAP in AHS? Like
Okay.
HANA is upgrading in every.
Hmm.
So I have this one.
Hmm.
Now this one is ECC something we call it
Yes.
SAP
Yeah, yeah.
EHS. So
Enterprise Resource Planning Central
yes,
Component. Yeah.
central component.
Hmm.
That data is in Oracle, right?
No, Oracle database was earlier, old days. But nowadays they are
So
using their own database.
own database. That is
Yeah.
either in SQL something that we are calling, right?
Yeah, Microsoft SQL. Yes.
So that is the SQL is including in HANA, right?
Yeah, in HANA, you can either go for cloud storage or even you can go for on-premise solution. Both are there in
Okay.
S4 HANA. In
So
ECC system, basically it is on-premise. That is, you will be storing the data on the SQL database. Yeah.
now what you are covering, either this one ECC or HANA you are teaching.
I am covering ECC system, Vamsi.
So in the future, if it is migrating to HANA, how can I
See,
get jobs?
what is the difference between HANA and ECC system? The
Uh,
difference is only in terms of technology. The
Technology.
background technology, like you asked me the database. S4
Yes.
HANA has a higher processing speed. It
Yes.
is more interactive. Graphically, it is more, interactive with the user.
Okay.
And it is just like a website. Just like how you use Amazon or any other Flipkart and all, same thing happens in S4 HANA.
Okay.
But there is one drawback. Why I am not taking why I am not pushing for S4 HANA? There is a drawback. I told you about 8 components in SAP EHS,
Yes.
but S4 HANA only supports your EHS management.
Only
Okay?
HS management.
Yeah. EHS management has 4 components: product compliance, environment management, risk assessment, and incident management.
Okay.
What will you do if you have to use dangerous goods management? What will you do if you have to use
Yes.
waste management? What will you do if you have to do hazardous substance management?
Okay.
There is no solution in that.
Okay.
So lot
This
of
is
companies, though they are going for S4 HANA for other modules, but when it comes to EHS, they are still using ECC system parallelly.
okay. Then it is any long term or any sunset maybe in near future for this module.
I don't know future, but currently lot of companies are using EHS. See, it doesn't take much time. If you know EHS classical module, it is very easy for you to learn EHS management or any other module that may come in the future. Learning
Okay.
should be an ongoing process. I'm not
Okay.
saying learn only EHS and stop there. No. You learn
Okay.
other modules also, upgrade yourself. But this will
Okay.
be a very basic and foundational course for you.
Okay. And any certifications are available for this SAP EHS.
Absolutely not. For EHS, you go to any institute, there is no certification.
But yesterday I searched in it
Hmm.
sap.training.com, but in that one I just found two things: SAP EHS management like that,
No,
environmental management. They just
no,
mentioned two only.
no. But as far as I know, there is no
Okay.
certification available from SAP.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one more thing, this for EHS module only SAP is using or any other softwares also
Many other
is there in the
softwares are
mod?
there. Oracle is there. Microsoft is having a solution for EHS. Enablon is
Okay.
there. There are many other softwares available.
Then why all these companies are using this SAP only, not other?
Because
We are
of the
just
quality of service and the
okay.
different functionalities that are provided by SAP are not comparable with any other company. SAP just recently completed 50 years and it celebrated 50 years. And
Okay.
SAP is the number one company, ERP company in the world.
Okay.
And not like that, it has a very good product. That is why they are the king in the ERP space. No other
Okay.
company is as close as SAP.
Okay.
Mm.
So in the next 3 years, every like BA, BO, HR, sales and
Mm.
distribution, everything is upgrading to HANA, right?
It is
In the
going
next,
on. Yeah, already a lot of solutions are there. Yes.
yes, sir. Then companies
Mm.
can survive with this ECC.
Like I told
Maybe.
you, they are using hybrid modules right now because EHS management cannot support all the requirement of EHS. It
Okay.
cannot. So that is
Yes.
why the companies are forced to use ECC system. Even if it gets upgraded tomorrow, let's say after 2 years, what does it matter? Let it get upgraded. If you
Okay.
know EHS classical very well, if you know the concepts very clearly, you can very easily learn EHS management also. It's not a
Now
big deal.
now are you going to teach this SAP EHS or EHS MS
I'm
that
going to teach,
classical?
no, I'm going to teach SAP EHS classical.
Classical.
Yes,
So that is going on in market right now.
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Fine.
Especially for your compliance part, like from the pharma industry, or if you look at the chemical industry or oil and gas, EHS classical is more useful to them than your EHS management.
Okay.
That is why still there are a lot of companies who prefer EHS classical.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't get any certification. Only can we get certificate
Yes, you will
instead
get
of certificate?
certificate. Absolutely. From the
Okay.
institute you will get.
Okay.
Hmm.
So companies can consider that certificate for
Absolutely. They will consider. So when you are completing your formalities along with your other educational qualifications, you can even submit this document.
okay. Okay, nice. That's clear.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I may have to close the session now. Like it's already been on time. Are there any other questions for me?
Nayaz,
Hmm.
Vamshi this
Yeah.
side.
Hmm.
So we have T codes for everything, right? For every module
Yes,
to
yes. We have
log on.
transaction. Yeah.
How can we remember all these T codes? So
See, not all. There are hundreds of them. You cannot remember all, but at least
yes.
which are more frequently used, which are more important, you can remember those transaction codes. It will
Okay.
take time for you to learn. It's not that within a week, within a month, you can learn all the transaction codes. It will take time.
Any reference table is available in that SAP logon page?
It is
For,
there. Shortcuts are there. Absolutely. There will be shortcuts
o-
like this. Yeah, you can
okay.
go into this and you can access. It is possible.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, guys. So I may have to take your leave for now. Uh, if there are
Yes.
any more doubts, no problem. Please connect with your training coordinators. They will connect me to you. We can discuss over the phone also later if you have any questions. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so
Thanks.
much for attending the demo session. It was really nice to speaking to you all guys. And I hope I have given you enough information, enough knowledge regarding the SAP EHS module and SAP as a whole and the future, how the future looks like on the current situation. So if there are anything else you want to clarify, definitely you can connect with your training coordinators. I will help you out in whatever way I can. Okay. Again, thank you so much. It was a pleasant evening. Take care of yourself and happy weekend. Bye.
Thank you, Nayaz.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Thank you all. Thank you so much.